Well, it finally happened. I am finally experiencing the full extent of what it means to go through an emotional roller coaster. Welcome back to They Did What? Your source for the internet's craziest, most entertaining stories, where I go over them, analyze them, and most certainly make fun of them. Today, going to be going over part 4 of the very popular saga about the Special Forces crew that went full Armageddon on their wives when they found they were all of them, having an affair. And as a quick recap, guys, I'm going to keep this brief because this video is going to be long with the final update here. It's about the guy. He's the head of his crew, 6 dudes in the squad, Special Forces squad. And one day at a barbecue, he went to get back to get some beer, overheard his wife and other wives talking about all the affairs they have. Turns out that every single one of them, while their guys are deployed, risking their lives, they're out there hooking up with dudes left and right in their own homes, cars, local hotels, motels. I mean, it's completely despicable. This guy gets his shit together, tells his bros, and after a lot of alcohol and letting the emotions out, they form a plan of action how to divorce every single one of them. And they get all the detail and proof and deal with the finances, talk to the divorce attorneys, all that, and they unleashed hell. And this guy telling the story in particular, he's been going through the whole thing about, in the last couple of videos, about his wife, how they met, the relationship with her family and all that. And in the last video, you heard that she tried to off herself. And in my opinion, that was just a probably last-ditch effort to get him to come back, because she didn't exactly do a very good job of it. And with him sending her a letter asking some questions and all that. Now, here we are with part 4, which is actually 4 updates. Update 4, 5, 6, and 7. A couple are really quick, and the other ones are longer. And this is going to be twice as long as the other one, so I'm going to minimize the commentary in a moment. And this will wrap up where things are right now. Now, he's been updating every so often, so I'm going to keep an eye out for future updates down the road, because this has been quite the story. And this guy, he's been through hell. And everybody here watching it definitely feels bad for him and is cheering him on, and hopefully he and his buddies can have a good life after all this shit settles. So, picking up where things left off, he says, update number 4, trying to recover. Again, thank you to everyone who gave me support by reading my posts and thoughts. I apologize for the long post, but I guess I have quite a lot to say. Well, it finally happened. I'm finally experiencing the full extent of what is called to go through an emotional roller coaster. One day I suddenly broke down in the shower and started crying uncontrollably. I couldn't think straight. I didn't even know why I was in that state, but I just couldn't stop. Finally, my family realized I was in the shower for too long, so they knocked on the door for a while and snapped me back. He says, I feel fine on some days, and then other days I feel so tired and kind of scared. Then all of a sudden I feel run over by an emotional train. It always leaves me battered and bruised. The next day I feel fine. This happens over and over again. It's a vicious cycle. There is nobody watching this that hasn't been cheated on or dumped or whatever that hasn't gone through the emotional roller coaster. I've been through that shit a couple times in my life. And yeah, one day you're feeling great. Next day you feel like you've been run over by a truck. But it does get better with time. And then you do your best to not put yourself in that situation that caused that to happen to you ever again. I talked to my therapist immediately, and he said it's okay, this happens often. It's what a lot of people experience when you start to disconnect with someone with a deep emotional connection, especially if it's a long-time connection. He said the best thing I can do is try to make it better connections with other people by talking to them as much as I can about what I'm experiencing. He said that will help, so I did talk to my family about my emotions and my thoughts. Admitted that helped a lot. So after talking and showing these posts to my family, my brother recommended I post them here, so here I am. Let it out. Talk to those that you can trust. That always helps. But I always still say, don't go crying out your emotions and feelings and all that shit in front of your woman. It's going to turn her off. I get so much shit about that all the time, but it has been proven that. But if you've got bros or close family members that you can talk to and be vulnerable around, okay. Just don't do it around your wife or girl. In spite of what they say. Don't ever do that. People say I'm strong. I'm dealing with it with strength. But I don't feel strong. I just lost the only person I truly loved, and in the worst of ways. If I lost my world, my purpose for living and caring, I don't feel strong at all. Infidelity can cause insufferable amount of pain to the betrayed. I still don't know how I haven't completely lost my mind or my life. This is why betrayal is the most heinous of crimes. In every story, in every religion, betrayal is the worst of sins. It's why the devil is locked up in the worst part of hell, one meant for betrayers. I know I'm hurt, I know I'm suffering, but I know that I will heal. I will walk straight, I won't ever crawl. I won't let her win. I won't ever let her pepper me with excuses or lies. Well, so far she hasn't tried to gaslight me, but that's probably because I have been strictly no contact with her. I haven't talked to her directly at all. She betrayed me and destroyed our future, and she did this for 3 years, as if it was a normal thing to do. So I don't trust her at all not to do that shit in the future. Exactly. It's great that he went no contact with her, and a lot of guys couldn't. If there's going to be communication, let it be done through the lawyer or through electronic devices so there's a trail and evidence if anything goes down or she claims anything. Because she probably would try to gaslight him. And in the last story, he claimed that she hasn't done anything like that yet, and he was surprised, but then again, he never saw her face to face except for that therapy session where she was being a drama queen. I always believe that love is more than just a feeling. There's a lot more than that. I know everyone just throws that word around, and everyone is entitled to their beliefs, but I will also share my beliefs. I believe true connection with someone happens in 3 stages. Number 1, first is instincts, attraction. It's involuntary. When we see someone we think is beautiful or attractive, our instincts automatically move our attention to them. Number 2, second is infatuation, liking. It's when we try to emotionally connect with them, and we know them, how they think, how they behave, things about their lives, their histories, etc. And number 3, third is commitment, focus, loyalty, respect, and care. Well, number 3 is out the door nowadays, sadly. To me, this is what true love is. To love someone is to be devoted to them, to commit to them and their happiness. It is to protect them, to honor them, to care for them. Love is a husband and a father who works back-breaking hard labor, day after day, repeatedly not looking for something exciting, just so he can give his children a bright future and make his wife happy. Good luck with that one, especially nowadays. Love is a mother who would walk on fire so her children wouldn't have to. Love is a wife who is there for her husband to give him comfort and care when he comes home with an aching body after a hard day's labor. Love is a son who always remembers the hardships his parents went through to give him a good life, and he doesn't abandon them when they are old and infirm. Love is a soldier who goes to hostile hellscapes knowing any moment a stray bullet could end him, but he goes anyway because he wants to protect those he loves and cares about. Love is family who always sticks together and helps each other to overcome anything in good times and bad, in sickness and health. A lot of his views would be great in a perfect world. And maybe there was a time and place where it was more like that. But nowadays, in our Sodom Gomorrah 2.0 world, sadly, no. But notice it's a lot of the guys that adhere to these principles. But how many of these stories I go through the women most certainly don't. And it doesn't mean you don't have gals out there that do have some good traditional qualities. They're out there, but they're freaking rare. They're a needle in a haystack of needles. Love is a verb, an action. It's something shown, not told. It's commitment and will, not something that can be just described as an emotion. As something felt, not described. Love is something beautiful and amazing, but too many are blind to it. I will not say too much about the mushy shit here because, I respect this guy. He's going through hell. But sadly, reality is, I think, waking him up to how a lot of this sounds like movie shit. But I've been all over the world, from South America, Europe, Middle East, and even Asia. And on all my assignments, I had the time, money, and resources to cheat as much as I could want. I could have cheated on my soon-to-be ex with women almost every continent. Everywhere we went, there were women who were literally trying to pour themselves to us. But I never strayed. I didn't even entertain a thought. I never touched another woman other than my soon-to-be ex. I always cared and did my best to show her my love, commitment in every way that I could think of. From small everyday kindness to large-scale gestures. She couldn't really reciprocate, but I thought that's just how she was. She was just shy or something. But she did try, and I was happy with that. I loved and accepted her with all my heart, and she stomped on it. Notice he said he had endless amounts of times he could have cheated. Again, this is a common thing in these stories I do. The guys say this. They say, look, I could have cheated so many times, she never would have known, but I didn't do that because that's not who I am. It's not my character. It's not what a good husband would do. Meanwhile, Their wives are hooking up left and right with the biggest freaking lowlives you're ever going to see. You guys have heard these stories. You guys may have experienced this. I showed by my actions that I truly did love her, and she showed by her actions that she was selfish, thereby was incapable of loving someone. She merely saw me as a provider and a protector who she could leech off of and sedate her just in bed. So when I was away, she would just find someone else. She has shown me through her actions that she's unworthy of my love and affection. She doesn't deserve it. For her, our 31 years of friendship and 20 years of romance meant so little that she easily betrayed me. Yeah, and you think that she thinks that he's going to take her back, but in her mind, I can get him to cave. He'll be that nice guy that I know he is, and he'll cave. But nope. He says, well, never again, in giant letters. I will never again be there for her when she gets sick and would need someone to care for her for 2 months continuously on just 3 to 4 hours sleep. I'll never again be there when she needs to pull all-nighters, helping her study for her exams, to make her coffee every 2 hours, and studying with her. I'll never again be there when she gets stuck in the middle of nowhere because she forgot to fill her gas tank. I will never again be there when she's sad because a friend died due to cancer. I'm going to go back to the gas tank thing. How many of you guys have had girlfriends or wives that never fill up the damn tank? Right? And you get in the car and you're going to take it out and it's like barely above E. Or if it's a more newer car, it tells you got 2 miles left before the car is going to run out of gas. How many of you guys have been there, right? I've experienced this with girlfriends. Like, fill up the fucking gas. Anyway, I had to say that. It says, it's painful, but I need to live with myself a lot more than I need to live with her. I need to look at myself in the mirror every day. I won't let her haunt my thoughts anymore. I won't let her voice dictate my actions anymore. I won't clean up after her or fulfill her whims. Well, those are my thoughts so far. As for what else is happening, well, 2 significant events happened after my last update. Here we go with the good stuff. He had to get that out, and that's healthy. Got to vent. He says, first, one of her affair partners self-deleted. Well, one less asshole in the world. No sympathy here. Well, apparently he pissed off a lot of people, and my soon-to-be ex wasn't his only affair. Well, that's how Chad and Tyrone roll. He was also stealing and embezzling to fuel his lifestyle, so he got fired. Divorced and sued by a lot of people with all kinds of charges, so I decided to take the easy way out, as cold as it sounds. I don't give an F about him, but his wife, well, thinks things are hard for her because of her 2 children. That's a shame for her and the kids, definitely. And second, Queen Bee, that's the gal who orchestrated, the Queen Bee of their little group, I call her Queen Bitch, got her world blown apart. Really blown apart. She got fired, lost her home, her marriage, her loving and caring husband, her parents, her child, and all her friends. Everyone ghosted her because they didn't want anything to do with the shitstorm that was her life these days. She got run over by the karma train, and it's a very long train. I mentioned something like this in the other video. Anyway, I really want to put this out there so I can get some perspectives and advice on how to deal with the roller coaster cycle that I've been going through. How do you cope with something like this? How do you move on completely? Thank you for any advice. Well, plenty of people give me advice, but essentially, take it day by day. That's all you can do. Talk to the people you're closer to, the bros that have been through this, the family that you love and that care about him. Back to the gym, working out, doing things that he enjoys, and every day it will get better. It could take years because he's been with her for his whole fucking life, but it will get better. And slowly over time, it'll get better. But it's going to be an emotional roller coaster. But most certainly, don't go back to her. Oh, hell no. Now, update number 5. He says this is a small but important update. He says, well, a few things happened since my last update. For one, our commanding officer did us a solid and got us a temporary duty posting on a different base a few states away for training ourselves and guiding new ones. I will deploy next week. I already informed my family, and they will fly back the day after tomorrow. Good. He needs to get the hell out of there for a little while, even if it's for a month. Second is that when my soon-to-be ex's family heard that they informed my soon-to-be ex, and she realized it will be impossible for any form of reconciliation and or stopping the divorce from going through, so her family contacted me and asked me to please, listen to this, please give the soon-to-be ex some hope, even if it's a false, or she'll really self-delete herself. Honestly, it kind of pissed me off, sounded like blackmail. But knowing her current condition and my complete no contact might actually do that, they told me to give her some condition or something. That is a freaking mistake on multiple fronts. They cannot ask him to do that because they give her false hope, and then he backs away. That it's going to make it worse. But no. After everything he's been through and he's done for her and what she did to him, he doesn't owe her shit, okay? I get he's close with him, but I'd say, no, I'm not going to do that. There's a lot of things I'll do because you've been a good in-laws to me, and I've known you since I was a kid, but I will not do that. If she has to be watched 24/7, so be it, but I'm not going to do that. So please give me some perspective. Should I give her some conditions, and if so, what kind? Thank you for any updates. No, do not do that. Okay, that was quick. Update 6. It says, I sent an email. I read all the comments and the PMS with a lot of people. I'm utterly amazed by the amazing people here who take the time to give me their precious thoughts, time, and perspective. It literally restored my faith in humanity. Honestly, people who go through what we've been through need this support. Need to know we are not alone and we are not unloved. Anyway, after I read all the comments and messages, I had a long talk with my family and decided to write a single email, a message to soon-to-be ex directly. I did this because one of the comments mentioned how my soon-to-be ex immediately surrendered and I didn't fight with her. I didn't get my answers. So to be honest, I do have all the answers and I don't need to hear them directly from her. But considering our history, I think I should at least send her an email. So that's just what I did. After thinking things thoroughly, I thought I would just tell her the truth. No mixing up the words, I would just say the truth. I will copy the email here. Please let me know if I made a mistake. Now he's going to write, I'm going to read the email that he sent her. He says, I'm writing you this email to tell you what I feel and what is going to happen from here on out. Make no mistake, this is not me reestablishing any form of communication with you. From now on, we are on different paths of life, but I will at least tell you this because of our history. He doesn't owe her this, but I think he's obviously doing this for his own well-being, being able to move on, so be it. He says, I'm a broken man. I'm wounded in ways that most don't even understand. I've seen just how messed up humans can be. I've seen broken people, broken bodies, and broken minds. I've heard screams that haunt me, so to face all that nightmare that is my life, I became a hard man. I trained my mind and soul to endure this darkness so those that I loved wouldn't have to. So you would not have to. In all that pain, my home, my family, you are my safe harbor. It was your warmth that healed me after every wound. It was your voice that drowned out those screams. Just being with you and experiencing love was what kept my sanity. What restored my faith in humanity. So to protect you, I was willing to face any monster, any devil, any darkness. But I never thought the one who would hurt me the most, the one who would break me the most, would be you. The one person I love with all my heart and soul. Believe me, the pain you subjected me to was so great, I would have preferred that you put a bullet in my head instead. A lot of guys have been through this, can understand what he's talking about there. But you betrayed me so easily, so resolutely. Not once, but multiple times over the course of 3 long years, with 3 different men. And those are the ones I know of. Who knows how many times and for how long you have done this. Now, that's what I said in the other video. You guys remember, I did not believe that this is only 3 dudes in 3 years. I really wondered when she was off at college and all that. Other things are going on. It's a hard thing to imagine that for all that time she was true and blue, a sweet angel, and then like that. So understand that you have lost all my trust and my love and commitment to you. I gave you everything, my life, my love, care, respect, everything, but it wasn't enough for you. You still chose to do this, you still chose to betray me, and you still chose to hurt me. So this is making a decision to protect myself, a decision to remove this pain from my life. I will heal myself, I will grow more, and I will move on, and I will live a good life. Hey, fucking men, brother. Yes, you will. In time. When the consequences of your actions came, you chose to take the easy way out. You chose to hurt not just me, but also your family, my family, and everyone who ever truly loved you. Understand if you succeed in doing that, you would have earned greatest hatred and disgust from me and your family. I don't want everyone else to remember you that way. So please heal yourself, get help, move on, and live a good life. Like I hope to do. Please learn from this. Learn to love, learn to care, learn to be loyal, because it's the most important aspect of any relationship. I've told you this countless times. Love is an action. It's a commitment. And I have proven that to you. And you have proven that you don't love me, so please stop repeating that lie to me, to your family, and to yourself. This guy has certainly proven to be the better person. He's gone scorched earth on her in Armageddon before, but he's proven. Again, I think half this is just for him to move on. If that's the case, okay. Please find someone else who is caring and loving, and please love them. It is a beautiful thing. I wouldn't be wishing her on anybody. If you say that you love me and you will never give up on me, then stop repeating them in the words and prove it through your actions. Return to the woman I first fell in love with, the woman whose loyalty and morality was an inspiration to me, who was the beacon of righteousness in my life, who was kind, caring, and loving. Make amends with your friends who tried to stop you. I know there are many, and you cut them out because they would have told me. Make amends with your family whose hearts have been broken. Make amends with other betrayed women whose homes you helped destroy. Anyway, how about that? Make amends to my brothers whose very worlds you and your circle have destroyed. Earn their forgiveness. Earn their respect and friendship, and maybe you will regain some of my respect. Believe me, I will know if you ever step off this path. Make no mistake, this is not a path to reconciliation. This is a path to redemption. I'm glad he keeps bringing up that we ain't reconciling, honey. It ain't happening. If you succeed in doing all that, and I have healed enough to forgive you, we might start a friendship again in the future. And after that, both of us are willing, and I haven't found someone else to love, then maybe one day we can start over. Smack! No. No, 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 no. There's a little surprise, guys. And I know you're all freaking out at this moment, but no, 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 no. There ain't no going back after that on multiple fronts. Once a cheater, always a cheater. I don't care what she does. He tells her that she's going to put on the greatest show known to man. The greatest performance that could get 10 Oscars. You can forgive her so he doesn't walk around hating his heart by getting back with her? Oh, hell no. But that will be built from the ground up. What we had is totally and utterly destroyed by your actions, and now I'm cleaning up the rubble. As for me, I will no longer spurn advances from women. I will actively seek out worthy women, worthy enough for what remains of my heart. I will find someone someday. You now have serious competition, and odds are not in your favor. You will live with that knowledge. Oh, that's going to make her nuts. I will not contact you again until I'm healed enough to do so, until I reach my goal of indifference towards you. Once it happens, and you haven't stepped out, you will have earned my heart back. Smack! Do not reach out to her ever. Don't get back with her. Don't talk to you. Nothing. No. No, bro. You want to go through this shit again? I will be leaving next week, and in a few months, divorce will be finalized. It will happen. There is no stopping that. So understand I'm no longer your husband. You are free to pursue anyone you like or to continue with your disgusting infidelity. Your life is now completely yours. I no longer have any stake in it, as you no longer have any in mine. But understand actions have consequences, and betrayal is an unforgivable sin. This will be my last message to you. Farewell. Well, he's kind of back and forth on this is my last message to you. However, when I heal, I may reach out. No. No reaching out. No getting back with her. Because otherwise, she'll put on the whole fucking show and show she's changed, and then this guy's getting back with her. No. No. Stay strong, brother. Who probably won't ever see this, but I really wish this guy well, and I don't want him to go through that hell again. No. And he takes her back down. Even though they're divorcing, thank the Lord, he takes her back. She's never going to respect him. This is the email I just sent to my soon-to-be ex. Please share your thoughts. People share their thoughts. I just shared my thought. Update number 7, and the last one wrapping up the video here. He says, she replied, and it was weird. He says, hey guys, honestly, I didn't expect to post again for a while, but something happened. My siblings flew back yesterday, and I drove my mom back to her home. When I returned home in the evening, a few hours later, my ex-sister-in-law came to my home. She told me that when my soon-to-be ex read my email, she wailed nonstop until she shut down. Then a few hours later, she got up and started writing things. She wrote a list of people she must make amends to. While that's great, she's going to try to make amends because an honorable person would do that. Is she doing it because she feels bad, or is she doing it to try to win this dude back? My ex-sister-in-law then handed me a giant 8-page long letter. I read it today, and it's long and personal. The first 2 pages were just apologies. Third page was a giant list of people. And the next 5 pages was her telling me that she is resolved to never give up on me. You see what he did by giving her hope? And she'll make amends and earn every one of their respect and friendship. And now she will never touch anyone else. She'll redeem herself in my eyes, even if it takes her the rest of her life. I'd be like, hey, knock yourself out, redeem yourself all you want, but you're not getting back together with me. We're not even going to become pen pals. We're not going to become acquaintances. Oh, hell no. Thank the Lord this dude didn't have kids with her. I don't even know what to think about this. I won't reply to this and just put this in a file which I will just lock up when I leave on Monday. Good. Don't respond. Maybe he's coming to his senses here. My buddy, who was married to Queen Bee, took some pity on Queen Bee and helped her put a down payment on a small flat and even pulled a favor to get Queen Bee a job at a grocery store. The store manager and owner is a close friend and a disabled vet, and he said he will only hire her on a provision that if she steps out of line and misbehaves even a little, he will fire her right then and there. Queen Bee has been homeless for a few months now, and I think she'll make the most of this. These days, my buddy told me that Queen Bee is very quiet and just keeps her head hanging low. Unless they have kids together, I don't know why this dude's helping Queen Bee. You all remember Queen Bee from the other video. What's going on here? These guys are starting to get soft. We also learned from someone who was still in contact with Queen Bee to some capacity that Queen Bee is contemplating self-deletion. The amazing thing is he did all this without even ever coming in direct contact with Queen Bee. But he let her know just how thin ice is under her feet. He did all this for his kid. Okay, there you go. So at least the kid won't get visitations from a homeless mother. That's different. Okay, then I understand. And sadly, she probably knows this, but for the kid, because this is the kid's mom, no matter what, he doesn't want his kid visiting mom in a freaking cardboard box down in the city or down the homeless shelter. So reluctantly, I can kind of understand this, but. Many here requested I write about how my buddy's stories went, but I don't think it's my place to write about it. After divorce is finalized and we heal somewhat, I will ask them if I can post how their stories went here. It will be a while though. Anyway, guys, you're all awesome. You have all helped me more than you can know. It has helped me pick up some shards of my broken heart, and believe me, only those that have went through this know how much that means. You have my eternal gratitude. I won't be posting for a while because I doubt anything else will happen from now on. But if it does, I'll probably tell you all about it. To those of you with broken hearts and shattered lives who are currently going through this hell, please pick yourselves up and keep walking. Only you can heal yourselves. Wounds of the body heal automatically, but wounds of the mind and soul only heal when you actively nurse them. Don't let cheaters win. Live a good life. Yes. I think this verse from Invictus was written especially for us, the betrayed. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody, but unbowed. So don't bow your head, don't settle for cheats, don't surrender your morality, and no matter how painful it is, walk with your head held high, because otherwise it isn't worth living. Amen. That, gentlemen, is the end of that very long saga. Now, by him just saying that, wants a good life, don't let cheaters in, I think hopefully he's coming to his senses about letting his ex come back in his life, because that'd be a gigantic mistake, as you all know, okay? He can move on, he can heal, he can learn to forgive her, because you want to walk around hating your heart, but trust her again, let her in his life? Oh, hell no. Oh, no, not at all. He's 36 years old, he's got his whole life ahead of him. Whole life ahead. But he and his guys here, they handle this like a bunch of bosses, and my great respect for them, and I wish them well, but they cannot take these exes back, okay? Huge mistake. And understandably, this guy, he's human. We're all human here. He's probably going through an emotional roller coaster. So when he said that about maybe I might take her back if she got her shit together, just like I'm sure many of you, I was like, what? When I first read that. But I think it was just the emotions in the moment. So hopefully this guy takes it day by day. He's going to be all right. And I don't know if we'll ever see this video. Who the hell knows? But I do wish him very well, as I know all you guys do. So guys, that is it for this story here. If I see any more updates down the road, I'll definitely post them. If you guys see any updates before I do, let me know. I'll definitely do it. And so guys, that is it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. Let this guy know what you think. He may never see your comments. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. But wish him well. Give us a piece of advice. He's another brother out there that's been harmed. We're all here to help each other out. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.